Roll it, Bobby.
What I want to do, like I said before, is I want to clear up some stuff between the relationship of the Greeks and the Camites or the Egyptians, now that we have proven that they are black. The Greeks. You see, they were a Phoenician culture. And the Phoenicians was nothing but a branch of pre-dynastic Egyptians. You see, pre-dynastic Egyptians. Now, in this relationship, the reason why several doctrines had to be handed over to the Greeks is because they understood one thing. They understood that hieroglyphics or metaneta was going to be a dead language for close to 2,000 years, for over 2,000 years. So, understanding these priests, understanding that this stuff was going to be a dead language, they had to give certain things to the cultures that would be later cultures these later cultures would give the information that will fall in the hands of younger cultures, even younger cultures than the later cultures. So the Egyptian priests understood we have to further this particular information, which eventually went to the Moors. So let me go back to this so you can understand this. In this Alexandrian conference that they had, they came up with the truth in the early 1990s. They said that a 100-year period of Greek rule, 1 to 200 year period, mostly about 100 years, they did one thing. They literally translated metaneta, or hieroglyphics, at the Temple of Dendera, the Temple of Isis, Temple of Esna, a Temple of Komombo, and some Ptolemy temples, and the Library of Alexandria. The Egyptian priests. Now, how can a Greek person, how can a person from another culture know what the Canaanites are thinking if it's not their language? In order for this stuff to be translated and transferred to the Greeks, it was the Egyptian priests. So for a 100-year period at these particular temples and at the Library of Alexandria, what they did is they translated the metaneta principles, doctrines, and all of the knowledge, a great deal of it, because part of it burned, the Library of Alexandria burnt down twice. But central pieces they had to get off of the mainland of Kemet, and they translated metaneta into Greek, Latin, Aramaic, Arabic, Amharic, and all of the central Hebrew, all of the central languages that would be the later day languages that will go out for the future. So that entire area, they translated, the Egyptian priests for 100 years, they translated these particular texts because they understood that metaneta wouldn't survive. You see what I'm saying? And so even the people at the Alexandrian conferences that knew this admitted this in the 1990s. Now, even Walter Williams said that the reason, he said that a lot of the cultures around there, they had a language they can speak, but they didn't have scripts. So Latin was created so they would go to Kemet, which was the central place of education. And these cultures would travel to Kemet. And they would say, well, listen, here's a script that's going to go along with your language. You see, to go along with your language. So the Egyptian priests created scripts, which would be Latin, Greek, Hebrew, or what have you. They created scripts for the central people around that area. Arabic, you see, Arabic. All of these particular texts were nothing but inventions of the Egyptian mystery systems.